What is my motivation? Part 1. Talking about motivation, talking about learning motivation. Defining our terms, first of all, motivation is an internal state that causes us to direct our attention or maintain behavior. It forces or directs and sustains our behavior towards a certain goal. Now, motivation is highly correlated with achievement. Motivated students achieve more, or high achievers are more motivated. We don't know which one, but they are highly correlated. Highly motivated students tend to have more positive attitudes towards school. They tend to be able to persist more on difficult tasks, more persistence. They give up less. That's called fortitude. Cause fewer behavior problems as well. Incentive. Definition: an object or event that encourages or discourages behavior. It could be a reward, incentive, or it could be to avoid a punishment. Now, incentives change from person to person. What is an incentive to one may not be an incentive to another. Point 5. Oftentimes, many times, there's a mismatch between students' goals and the school's goals, meaning that students are highly motivated, but not highly motivated to do school sorts of things. They're motivated to be part of sports or in a social group or some other thing. They are highly motivated, but not highly motivated towards school things, especially when these school things are seen as lame or irrelevant. Humanistic learning theory, as we will find out, when you align students' natural desires to a curriculum, that learning and teaching become effortless. Choice is a powerful motivator. Not total choice all the time, but total choice some of the times. Choice in topics to study, reading material, writing topics, how to study, how to demonstrate your knowledge. All these sorts of things. And again, total choice does not mean total choice all the time, but it means choice within a continuum of choices. If we understand motivation, what motivates students, we eliminate the need to manipulate and control. Humans are naturally inclined to learn. We do not need to manipulate and coerce through rewards and punishments. As I said before, if we align our curriculum to what motivates students, teaching becomes effortless. Instead of manipulating with external threats or rewards, we are able to manipulate by learning. We don't manipulate at all. The desire to learn, the motivation comes from inside. As I said before, motivation varies depending on the age, ability, culture, interest, or gender. We cannot say one thing is motivating at all times, even for one student. It changes as we get older. Intrinsic motivation, the most powerful type of motivation to do anything, comes from within inside. We enjoy doing it. We want to do it. Extrinsic motivation, stimulation comes from outside the individual. This is in the form of money, rewards, punishment. This is less powerful. The rat, the mouse, the chicken, or the person is doing something for a reward or to avoid punishment. Now, rarely is motivation either or. It's either extrinsic or intrinsic. Usually it's a combination of both. Ideally, we want learning to be intrinsically motivated. Learners are intrinsically motivated when we present a challenge. That means the goals are of modest difficulty within the zone of proximal development, just a little ahead of where they are. If we provide the learner with a feeling of autonomy, they feel they have command or control of the learning. They have choices. If we evoke a curiosity, we provide information that's interesting, novel, surprising. Boys and girls, we are going to discover 3 interesting things today. Okay, and D, involve creativity or fantasy, allow learners to personalize the content, to allow learners to use their imagination. Now, I know what you're saying. It's not possible for all of education to be intrinsically motivated, but why should none of it be intrinsically motivated? It shouldn't. End part 1. Overview. motivation.